I'm going to start with the like mamma jamma old school business plan template that we've probably all seen. There are lots and lots and lots of different templates out there. The SBA and SCORE and the SBDC and lots of different groups will give you different templates. This is one that I've shared with a few folks over the years that I like because of its simplicity. This is what I did for Hera Hub. I wanted to do like that full scale, old school business plan. I used to teach entrepreneurship at the college level for almost 10 years at the Fashion Institute of Design and Merchandising. And I made my students do this like full scale, old school business plan template. There's a lot of value in, as you said, Jasmine, obviously like getting all your ideas down, using it as a template to sort out your ideas. And that's usually when we say business plan, a lot of times folks are thinking like step one, right? Like I have an idea, I want to get it on paper. I want to sort it out. If you are going for funding of any sort, debt funding from, say, a bank or something like that, you are going to need kind of that older school business plan. But even banks are kind of scaling back on this, and I'll explain this in a minute. The problem is you can't get a bank loan typically until you've been in business a couple of years. So it's almost ironic, but you still need some sort of business plan. I, again, flushed out Hera Hub in a format like this because I actually went to a family member to ask for a loan to start the business. And I wanted to show that family member that I was like, had my thoughts really fleshed out. I'd really thought through every part of the business. I've done like full scale financial projections, best case, worst case, like all of that. I really wanted to like take my time and do that. So this is one template, one, way to go that I would call like the traditional business plan. This is more almost like the traditional business model canvas, like kind of the OG business model canvas from Strategizer. This model really became popular because of technology startups and out of Silicon Valley and that kind of thing. The idea is it's a one-page business plan, right? And the idea with the business model canvas is you're constantly changing and iterating on it, right? It's not the static, like old school business plan that, like I printed out and put in a binder and like, walked around and showed people, right? It's this one page, very, very simple, manipulatable, consistently manipulatable canvas that, as you said, Valerie, like attention spans are short. A lot of times folks will just have their one-page business plan, their business model canvas, and an executive summary, and they'll use that to pitch to raise money more like on, the equity side of things. So the idea is key partners, key activities. What am I doing? What do I need? What are my resources? What's my value proposition? What does my relationship look like with customers? How do I get my product or services out there? Do I have different customer segments? What are my costs and what are my revenues? Okay, so here is what I call my alternative to the business model canvas. We use this tool again in the Launch Academy. I call it the business framework. And there's actually, again, it's going to force you to make a copy of it when you click on this. You'll notice this is a spreadsheet. So for those of you who know me, know I'm like a spreadsheet nerd, and I use spreadsheets for almost everything now. I rarely use a document anymore. I use a sheet because for me, having tabs and organization and things of that nature, it just makes it, for some reason, it's easier for me. So you'll see at the top of this, there's a screencast of how to use this. So if you want to go back later and watch that. So you'll see a lot of the elements of the business model canvas in this, but it's to me, it's phrased a little differently. So this is Felina's version of the business model canvas. And again, some of the categories are a little different. Some are the same. So that's a tool that you can use if you want. Okay, so this is, let me get rid of my chat. Same kind of idea, where again, I'm using a spreadsheet. And this to me is a little more, we use this more in our annual strategic planning. So we're getting more into the, I'm beyond the launch phase, but I want to do like a, annual check-in. And Tammy, you said you do this all the time, which is great. But the subsequent tabs are what make a difference here. So again, I use this when I teach the strategic planning day. And then when I do ongoing accountability with folks, I'll show you that in the subsequent tabs. So the idea is to flesh out all your thoughts, where you're at, what's your plan for the upcoming year, revisiting your vision, your elevator pitch, what you're offering, what you want to achieve by the end of the year, AKA goals, what I call strategic alliances, or who are your key referral partners, what's your thought leadership position, what's your target market, top 10 target customers, your marketing tactics, competitive advantage, income streams, and revenue goals. So you'll see, patterns here, obviously, similar categories as some of these other templates. But then the next step of that process is getting more granular. So the idea is map out your top, 4, 8, however many goals you have for the year, and then actually plotting those out for the year. So by the end of Q1, I want to have landed 3 new clients at, recurring revenue stream of over 5,000 a month, or whatever it is, like actually plotting that out on a calendar so you can see what those goals look like over the course of the year, or even milestones towards those goals. And then the idea, Tammy, and anybody else who's like, okay, how do I keep up with this, is to find an accountability partner or join, an ongoing mastermind group, and actually set time aside every single month to celebrate your wins, look at, your goals and what you need to do over that next quarter. And I think of it like a quarter and then the monthly check-ins. What's your theme and where do you need support? And then just every month you've got this ongoing check-in with yourself or an accountability partner or mastermind group or whatever. And I ask the same questions every single month. What did I achieve? Because as entrepreneurs, we don't slow down and say, you know what, I got a lot done this month or this quarter. I need to be proud of that, and actually documenting those wins. And you'll see it says schedule a call with Felina before the end of the month. This is the template I use for the ongoing, monthly mastermind that I do. So same thing, really, really simple. Just, every single month it's a check-in. How did I do? What are my goals? And then resetting and recalibrating.
I was just going to say, I really like that version. It's kind of a blend between, a plan and, a planner, and there's some things like you can put in a planner, but, sometimes don't look back at those either, but, at least everything's right there in a digital form that goes with, like, especially like vision statement and all of that, and how it can change every year or as often as it needs to. I like that.
Yeah, awesome. Absolutely. And then what I encourage folks to do is, like, if you do financial projections, like put that tab in there, right? When I'm working with folks, a big part of our conversation, and Kimberly, this kind of speaks to what you were talking about, like I'll have folks put a tab in there that says, like, get off my plate, and like just brain dump of like, here are the things that, I need to not be doing in my business and having somebody else do in my business, outsource or, just get rid of altogether. Like dump it into a tab in the spreadsheet. Like I encourage folks, like, make this your working document for the year, and, add to it, delete things, whatever it is. And I just have it bookmarked. And so when something comes up, I like go in, and take a look at it.